Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you see this video, this is J Curl. I'm back again for another. How are all my workers and workettes out there in the field? What y'all doing out there? I hope everything is prosperous. I hope everything goes well. All that. Yeah, I mean, but right now I'm sitting here getting loaded, looking crazy. I'm up here in Massachusetts, and they're having a game. I don't know. They told me it was gonna be like it was a big thing. I kind of believe them. Sorry about that. I've been eating apples, but it's kind of a big thing. The reason I think because of the police presence. They got all the state troopers up there. They got military up there. They got streets blocked off. The reason that I paid attention to it because I'm nearby and I got to get out of here. I got to go. Sorry. And I don't need to be locked up in the middle of the road trying to get around cars because they don't know where they want to go or what they want to do or what kind of face expression that they're going to give me when they look at me. You know, I'm not trying to see none of that. I'm trying to get somewhere. But yeah, I'm up here. Today is Thursday. I'm running like a dog. You know, what's going on to all my truck drivers out there. It keeps the world turning and don't even get no recognition for it. But we thank you anyway. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, we still doing the journey. For the ones that this is their first time coming to my channel, me and my wife, we're starting a business, right? And so we starting a business, and I got 5 years left in trucking. You know, I got more than that, but me personally, designed it for 5 years. After 5 years, we going on strictly independent business. No truck driving, no none of this. So it's more of a transition. But the thing is, I don't know what I'm doing. You know, I see bits and pieces on YouTube and everything. I see little bits and pieces and this and that. You know, they want you to buy their course and they're gonna teach you how to get this money. And, you know what I mean? I done bought so many courses. Of course, I don't want to buy another one. You know what I mean? So we gotta do this thing ourselves. But trucking is good. It's good money. You know, if you can't do nothing else, go get in the truck. No, I'm not going to say that. You know, follow your own path. You know, but yeah. My wife, she's overseas right now. She'll be back in a couple of weeks. She had to go and see about her family and everything. And we be in the truck and we be riding and everything, right? So we're getting things done. The thing is, I'm not going to sit here because I don't have this big desk in front of me. I don't have this big background and everything and telling you what you should do and how you bend your credit and how you structure your, because I'm doing it day by day. So basically, me and my wife, we already got our business started. We got that started in January of this year. So We got that done in January of this year. So I took it upon myself. I was just thinking one day, I'm like, how long am I going to do this? Because this ain't what my heart is. This, the trucking business has changed. They done took away the stick, you know what I mean? The stick shift. This trucker talk right here, all my truckers know what I'm talking about. They done took a stick away. And all the bus drivers that used to drive the kids around that age driving trucks. We got foreigners coming in and everything. It's just, it's all good. Trust and believe. It's all good, but they got too many hands in the pot. Too many hands is in that pot, and I see that. So I'm like, nah, I ain't trying to really go there. I mean, so we're gonna have to pivot and bust or turn this left or this right, or however this case may be. But we gotta bust this turn, and so I went to ChatGPT, right? Now look, y'all heard this first here. Y'all heard this first here. Today is, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Let me stamp this. July 9th, Thursday, 11:20 Eastern time. What I did was, instead of finding a skill that, other people does, or, the traditional skills, accounting, truck driver, doctors, lawyers, the traditional skill, the people that do things that people go to school for, carpenters, mechanics. I also got a mechanic background. I was doing that before I was driving trucks. Anyway, just the thing that you go to school for, nursing. You know what I'm trying to say. So, what I did, I went to ChatGPT. You heard this first now. I went to ChatGPT and I said, Chat. Now, hold on. Before I tell you, there's nothing new under the sun. So it ain't like ChatGPT gonna make something like brand smack new that nobody's doing. But I told him, I said, hey, this is what I like to do. This is what I already know. This is what I don't know. This is what I'm trying to do. This is where I'm trying to be. But I said it in so many words, like we just had just a full-blown conversation. Now, at the end of that conversation, I told him, I said, hey, what I need for you to do is build me a school. You are my teacher. Build me a school around everything I said. And I want to be able to learn this school within 1 year, 12 months. I'm not going to be outrageous and say, oh, I want to build this school in 6 weeks and I want to make $100 million. I mean, if this is your passion and this is what you want to go, this is what you set up for, man, YouTube is so I can see it. But me personally, I gave myself a realistic time frame to learn this because it's not new, but he took bits and pieces from here, bits and pieces from there, and turned it to a school so I can learn it and use it in my my business. Like I said, the business, I'm not gonna really just tell y'all the business right now, but it's geared to follow the money. So it's a system. I'm not even gonna say we got a business, we got a system. And our system is catered to follow the money. So if we can follow the money, we kind of figure out where everything is going because, people got sayings, oh, the foreigners come over here, they get all the money, the government get them all the money, and and I'm wondering, is that really true or no? because I see some successful Americans, more successful Americans than I do foreigners. But I also see broke foreigners. So, but they sit around. I don't know who they is, but this I can hear them. I can hear them around. They give all the foreigners all the money. All the foreigners got all the gas stations, and they done took over all the general labor and all this nationality took over the warehouse work, and this nationality got all the gas station, and and just blaming the foreigners for they mess up. I wanted to say something else, but I would try to keep it jiggy. 100,000. But they blaming the foreigners for their mess ups. You know what I mean? You can't blame them for their mess up, because if the shoe was on the other foot, and you went somewhere, all gloves are off. You know what I mean? You coming from a less fortunate place, and you have an opportunity to come here to the land of milk and honey. Oh, you're going to show out. For shizzle, you're going to show out. You're going to get yours. And I think this is what they doing. They just getting theirs, but they know how to come together. It's some bull crap within that situation, but for the most part, people know how to come together. And if you know how to come together, collab, and come together and get some things done, not on a greedy level, but on a real professional level, I think it'll work out. I think, both parties will be satisfied with because, people just, they get together for one reason or another. They really do. They get together for one reason or another. They say sex, murder, mating, power, money, respect. I don't know. But I know people come together, and, now is the time. I don't want to come on here and preach to you. I mean, you can sit here and go to your job every day. Just because you got a job don't mean you can't start a non-profit organization on the side, or some kind of business on the side, and generate extra income there, and learn about business and small business and stuff like that. You can do that. Just because you got a job don't mean you have to stick with this stuff. I'm gonna tell you, learning a new skill is easier said than done. Swear to God. I mean, this is easier said than done, because you have a life already. You already got life. You already got things going. You already checking traps, doing things. But you also have to take time out on yourself to perfect the skill, or that's if that pertains to you. Now, if business talk, or learning a new skill, getting business, funding, and bettering your situation, or giving yourself an extra avenue. If this ain't really hitting you, I mean, they got so many other videos you can watch that don't add up to a hill of beans. And you will enjoy it. Go there. Understand that. But if I'm just talking and you kind of just using my time to get finished doing what you're doing, I mean, that's fine too. But I kind of jump all over the place, but yeah, I told ChatGPT, hey, I need you to build me a school. I need you to build me a school with the conversation that I gave you. You know where I'm come from. You know where I'm going. and I need you to build a school around a 12-week, I mean, not 12-week, but 12-month program where I can sit down a few hours a day and learn. This boy bad. That boy is bad. He built me one, and I'm learning. I mean, he didn't tell it to me word for word for word for word, but in somewhat he did, because what I did was I screenshot it. So if I ever get lost, and then I also copied it in my computer in a file. So when I lose it on my ChatGPT, I go back in and I upload that file again, and he'll start back over. I tell him what I know. He'll start there, boom, 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 boom. Do that, do this, do this. You know what I mean? Why? I'm asking them why. So it's my personal teacher, because we so used to going to school, like college, and spending all this money on college and stuff like that, and people still don't, fulfill their dreams. Basically, they still don't fulfill their dreams. So I'm like, look, I'm old as dirt. I don't have time to be sitting in nobody's classroom. I can stretch out a couple of hours a day for myself to do what I need to do. Even if there's some people like to just light up candles and take a bubble bath or something like that. Me, I wish to take a few hours of my time and learn this certain skill that you're not learning this in school. I mean, you are, but you don't realize it. Because I'm taking bits and pieces from everything. And he made me a course. So far as I won't buy another course. Don't need to. The course is AI. Because that's what they try to, well, I'm not gonna say that. That's going to be the wave of the future. And if you ain't getting with the AI thing, you're going to get left behind. You're going to get left behind in Joe Blow's office or Joe Blow's warehouse, and you're going to continue to do what you've been doing until the day you die. Until the day you can't do it, and then you got to sit around and I ain't got it, and then you're gonna start complaining. I ain't got enough for my medicine. This and that. I ain't being took care of like you know what I mean? I can see it. I can see it. Because I'm looking at it. And you ain't no different from me. I'm looking out my window because I'm actually getting loaded, because I'm about to go back home. I got stuff at the house need to be rearranged and moved around and all type of stuff. So but I see this, and I don't want to put my future in the hands of nobody. Just like me going overseas, and I put my, getting home situation in the hands of somebody else. I seen a video last night of a young man, I'm just like, oh my God. He went somewhere, and this girl told him to meet up him somewhere, 500 miles, 700 miles, 1,500 miles away from his home. And she stood him up. Now he's sitting up there talking about, I ain't got no money. God gonna bless me. I ain't got no money. I need to get home. I got my bags. I'm sitting in front of the homeless shelter. You know, I know that he was sincere, you know, but he also got to learn too, you know, because we as people, we got the power. I'm gonna say men and women, you got the power. But when you give it to somebody else, you can't blame nobody but yourself. You can't blame nobody but yourself. Like, you know, that's just like me having the power that God gave me and giving this to somebody else and be like, here, do what you wish. And then I'm sitting around like, oh, I don't know what to do. I ain't, you know, God gave you that power. Use it. But I'm kind of all over the place. I don't want to lecture you because I'm not a lecturer. I barely even know what I'm talking about. I comb my hair once a week. Hell, it's tough on my end. It's very tough, you know. And I'm not a potato chip type of guy, you know. I need to get things done right here. But yeah, I mean, this thing is changing. This world around us is changing. It's not the same. It's not the same at all. If you just think about it 10 years ago. 10 years ago, what has changed? A lot. 10 years from now, what's going to change? A lot. So, you know, you have to be on your P's and Q's. You gotta make sure that you get yourself together because I'm still trying to figure out this YouTube. I'm trying to figure out YouTube and the business all at the same time because you know, it's crazy out here. I also gotta find my headset because I'm gonna be doing some driving in a minute. Hold on. I don't even see my headset. That's the sad part about it. Hold on, I need that, y'all. I need that. Oh, here we go. I need that. We about to get this ship rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Rolling, rolling. Yeah. It's love in the city. Love yourself. Love yourself. Whew, Lord Jesus. I've been thinking about getting some McDonald's. I think not. Y'all know I be cooking in here too. I got my little air fryer and stuff in here. I'm quite sure everybody got one. It's a household item. Everybody got one. Everybody got one. You know, shoot. Buying all that truck driver food. One of your ankles gonna be bigger than the other one. One of your ankle gonna be swole up. Messing around with that truck driver food. Especially them rolling hot dogs. Them little rolling hot dogs be at them. Ooh, Lord, don't buy that. Instant high blood pressure. Instant high blood pressure. I don't know what's in them jokers, but I ain't dealing with it. Nah, 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 nah. I ain't dealing with it. I ain't dealing with it. Make sure y'all get y'all a nutritious meal out there. Don't go around here eating all this stuff, all this fast food. Please don't. I ate some fast food yesterday. I started to cook. I just ain't have time because I've been rolling. You know what I mean? Because I get my roll on. So I'm trying to eat it. I'm trying to find somewhere I gotta park. I gotta prepare my food. I gotta put it in my little grill thing, and then but I ain't had time. So I goes in there. I ain't gonna tell you what fast food I went to because they really all the same. They really don't matter. But I went to a fast food restaurant, and oh my goodness, I ate that stuff. I regretted it. Chicken tastes like it was cooked in uh, fish grease. Now the chili was kind of good. Now, I ain't gonna lie about this. On the mouth. I know what I'm talking about. That doggone fish was kind of. I mean, not the chili was kind of busting, but the other stuff. But I mean, you gotta watch what you eat out here. The closest thing you can get to a home cooked meal is a meal from a restaurant. Now, I'm not gonna say it's better. I'm just saying that's more closer to a home cooked meal. So you gotta have somebody that's gonna cook for you, that's gonna show you love, that's gonna wash their hands. You know what I mean? You don't want nobody cooking your food and while you ain't looking, you know what I mean? Please don't do that. Y'all gotta keep it professional. If y'all got a cooking business, hey, they sell gloves. They sell hairnets. They sell the beard thing, so all the stuff won't fall in the food. You folks got dreads and stuff hanging out. You know what I mean? Oh, you think I wanna eat my pasta? I see a long dread hanging. Never mind. Never mind. I'm getting off the subject. The subject is business. Get your business going. I'm screaming it from the rooftop. The U.S. is a great country. I love it. I love the U.S. because they give you an opportunity to get rich, get this money. You got opportunities out here. You go to other places, you ain't got that same opportunity. Trust. I've been there. You ain't got these same opportunities. These third world countries and everything, shoot. These folk can barely afford a bag of rice. You give them a bag of rice, they think they done seen Jesus. You know what I mean? Real talk. But they the way their country is structured, they can't get rich like that. Some may slip through the cracks, but it's not designed for that. And the one thing about U.S., the rich will keep you. The rich will keep you from getting rich. You gotta fight to get rich. You have to fight your way up there because they don't like new people. When you're doing the right thing, excuse me, if you're doing the right thing and you're getting closer to their money, they don't like new people, but they will accept you if you bombard your way into the rich zone, from poor zone, middle, to the rich. They will accept you because they want to do business with you. But far as like making it easy for you, don't hold your breath. They is not gonna make it easy for you. That's why I'm sitting up here. I take time out of my day, but sometimes I'm tired. I'm human. I'm just an ordinary guy. So sometimes I'm tired. So I kind of skip my lesson. But I go right back into it. Especially like a time like this. The only reason I'm not into it like this because I don't like interruptions. I know me. You know what I mean? So I know who I am. I know how I learn. And the way I learn is almost like the way I sleep. Once I start learning, I don't want nothing around me bothering me. So just say I'm learning right now. And now I got to focus on this light right here so they can tell me to go back in there and get my paperwork so I can go. See, that's a distraction because now I'm trying to learn. I wanted to sit on my brain for a while, I'm almost at that 50 mark, so that 50-year-old mark. So I'm not really trying to. What we doing? We're doing 30. We're gonna do about 35 on this, 35 minutes. But I'm almost at this 50-year mark, so I'm not like a fresh teenager. They has nothing to worry about. They has no bills. All they got is video games and peer issues, stuff like that. So it ain't like, they in this real world. They got other things going on. So they don't really have a big distraction, so they can kind of focus on their learning or their work because also they're inside of a learning atmosphere. So when you're in a learning atmosphere, your mind is focused on pure learning. It's like a sponge, and just like elementary school, that's why they got classrooms. They're quiet. They supervise and stuff. They supervise the kids. Some of these kids out of control. That we're gonna say that for another day, but yeah. I don't like to be disturbed. And if I start working on my work now, I'm always got to check because I'm at work. It's just like trying to learn a skill while you at work, or learn something in the books while you at work. You're not going to be able to do it because you focus on your work. So when I'm done for the day, that's when I crack my laptop open, okay, and then me and the AI, we go to work. Right now, we're structuring the business, making sure everything is ready for audits and stuff like that. So, but we're not trying to do nothing illegal. We're just trying to, structure the business the right way. And we also learning as we going. So there's going to be mistakes that going to be made, which is fine. There are going to be some corrections to be made too, which is going to be great as well. But it's just the journey. So like I said, we're going to do 35 minutes on this one. And our journey is your journey. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for disliking the videos. Thank you for liking the videos. Please share, subscribe, comment. I love your comments. If you're commenting, I love those. Keep them coming. Even though I haven't read it yet, I have to find out how to read a comment. I'm telling you, I'm slow on the draw. But when I get the busting, I got good aim. I got a good aim. But like I said, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos. I love all my haters and everything. You know, if I got haters, I love you. You know, I put no one above you. All that. You know, so until next time, like I said, I'm trying to be consistent. So next time, till next time, mind your business and then build it. We out.